Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, and I looked the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here. Welcome back to my Reusable Space Program Season 3, Episode 28. And we are sending the space trucks back to the truck stop now that they've done their run. I'm hoping that will lessen the SAS wobble I'm getting from the Space Tourism Space Station, or at least make it easier to get everything connected. Plus, the space trucks just need to get back there and refuel anyway. Everybody's got their little runs to do. My goal for this episode is to get as much of the station constructed and get the space trucks back to the home base. So that's what we're doing. And this is, I believe, Space Truck 4. I have also recorded this episode slightly differently. So what I've done is normally I do a whole bunch of edits. I cut out, some of the unnecessary stuff and do, some dramatic moments for all of the, how should I say it? I make sure that I do real time in the appropriate moments. But I noticed for this episode, I just did a lot. I actually did more than, by more, I mean longer than I had meant to. And I have noticed that coming up on the station, I'm getting a lot of SAS rocking. And that's what caused an incident a couple weeks ago. Actually, right here. I'm trying to mitigate that as much as possible. And I don't know what I can do about that. It's really that space truck on the end. And I need to send it back to Minmus. But I think I still have a space truck there. Or do I? Or at least I plan to. But here we are. We need to take this next module and join it to the space station. It is early morning, and I'm doing the voiceover of this. Well, I'm still having a lot of SAS rocking. If I was paying more attention, I would have my SAS turned back on. And I thought I had everything set up nicely here. And what happens is I forget to turn SAS back on for just a moment. And the docking, well, I managed to somehow get it docked. So all's good. And now it's time to send this other space truck back. I believe this is space truck 5. I really wish I would have put numbers on them. Easily identifiable numbers. I do plan on relaunching Space Truck 8 here soon and making sure that it is up and ready to go. I'm especially going to probably need more space trucks for the upcoming mission of getting the fuel tanks filled and doing some more fuel runs. Alright, here we are back at the truck stop. Now the truck stop is becoming very, very crowded. So I'm looking here. I had wanted the dock right next to the little space tourism ferry, but as I got closer, I realized that docking port isn't going to work because of the engine configuration of this space truck. So I ended up moving it over. I'm still getting that SAS wobble. And I'm not sure why, because I really don't actually have SAS turned on for the space station. Alright, one more space truck to send back to the truck stop. So I still have the truss for the civilian tourism space station, but as I said in the last episode, I need another section to put on the bottom to connect more fuel tanks to. Even though the station itself holds a lot of fuel, I'm going to need more, because the cruise ships that are going to dock there are going to take a lot of fuel. I'm going to have to do an episode where I spend a lot of time getting all the space stations refueled. And that'll probably be what I do for the end of the season. Get all my ships. I still have the other, I think Space Truck 2 is heading to Duna. The cube with vomit on it is also currently heading to Duna. I don't know if I showed that episode. But so this space truck, due to its engine configuration, can dock next to the ferry, and that's what we'll do. Now, before we do anything else, I need to build that missing module for the civilian space station. Now, I've not really shown any of my builds, but this time, that's what I'll do. So get it. Alright, get everything. I realized I don't know that I have any RCS on the civilian station, so maybe I can add some here, and that'll be good enough for now. Put it all in a fairing. Now, what I did forget before creating this fairing is putting RCS actually on the booster. I put the RCS thrusters on, but no actual RCS tanks. But I haven't noticed that yet. So here we are, and I'm launching this. You saw me build it. I did not test this rocket. I'm just launching it now, and this is the first take. Get rid of the boosters. All the boosters have parachutes on them, so the boosters can be recovered. We're still going for reusability. There we go. The fairings can be recovered. Deploy the solar panels. And they're nice circularization. And about here's where I realize, oh, I don't have any RCS tanks. So I turn around, and I'm like, what'll happen if I thrust? Okay, and I had that. Whoops. Oh well. I am trying to be better about landing my spent booster stages, because I had a situation where I had 14 extra boosters in orbit because I'd been bad. I am purposely leaving that one out because I didn't add any extra batteries, so the electric charge was going out, and I'm deploying only one because I expect it's possible I could lose that panel like I did just there. And as you can see, electricity's going down, but I got the parachutes deployed before the electricity went out, so we're all good. I no longer have any control over this booster. It is just descending on its own. There is no connection, but the parachutes were already deployed, so all I can do is hope. And as you can see, we are down. The booster can be recovered and reused again after slight repairs to the solar panel. All right, back at the truck stop. It is time to get yet another space truck. At this point, I thought I would have time to completely finish constructing the space station. I only have 2 modules left to connect, other than fuel tanks, which I have not yet launched. Now, I do make a mistake here. I have not got a new keyboard yet. And this is probably why I will not finish the construction yet. Because as you can see, I missed my intercept. And I, for some reason, thought I could just get another re-intercept without going all the way up to $200. So I am wasting fuel now because this is not going to be successful. It's going to put me 90 kilometers away from the stage, and that's just too far. It's not feasible. So we're gonna have to go all the way back out to $200 and completely do another transfer and rendezvous, which I should have just done in the first place. But that's okay. We'll do it now. We have enough Delta V. Alright, this time we're 5 kilometers away. Still further than I'd like, but 5 kilometers is doable. All right. There we are. And the tricky part now is getting the correct orientation. And I thought I had it right, but actually I don't. I clicked on the wrong docking port. And I realized it right about here. Nope, that's not right. I want to get the one on the end. So let's reorient and maneuver back. Alright, there we are. Now all we gotta do is check that I'm controlling from the correct location and go back through the rendezvous. At this point I'm a little bit frustrated. Maybe I can use the autopilot to do it. Nope. I just need to do it myself. Get everything aligned. And there's the space station. Let's see. How close are we going to be? I should have started burning before. I purposely burnt extra so I could start heading back towards the station. This time I will burn when I think I need to, not when the meter tells me to. And here we are. Now, I want to try and get the orientation of this as close as possible. And the problem is the RCS on this space truck is not as good at maneuvering the big pieces. So I have it connected, but I don't like the orientation. I want to do better. And somehow I managed to get everything. It's so much worse. It's going so much worse. And it didn't dock that time. I've been at this too long. Now I'm tired. This is all one long gaming session. Sometimes I will divide the episodes up into 2 or 3 different sessions and then splice them together. This time, nope. And I've used way more fuel than I would have liked. But there we are, we're docked. I'm happy with that orientation. It's time to go home. And at this point, I wanted to go back in and rename the station. I forgot to do that. We will do that the next episode. I briefly contemplated trying to find a regular docking port, but decided I'm just going to put this back where it was, on the end of that fuel tank, just because that's a nice convenient spot, and it's probably going to stay there until the ferry does its first ferry run, because I could send and should send the ferry to the space tourism station now, but there's no point. It wouldn't be efficient unless it's actually taking passengers there for the first time, which will hopefully happen soon. And that SAS wobble making everything way more difficult than it needs to be. I don't know why the docking went so poorly that time. But that's okay. We're here. We're going to end the episode there. Thank you for all the new subscribers and for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, do so. And we will continue building this. And yeah, have a happy new year and happy holidays, everybody. Thanks.